The first topic we're going to dive into is our show's BGOMG. That's hashtag BGOMG. For those who have not been paying attention, it means board game, oh my God. Things in board games that really just annoy us. This BGOMG is mechanics, and mechanism.
Right.
The reason I brought that up is because I see a lot of people talk on forums and such and on Board Game Geek's Facebook page about these terms and what they mean, and that I don't ever use the word mechanic because it means I don't have little guys fixing my board games. All right, whatever. That's fine. Let's go over the definitions of mechanics, and mechanisms. This is probably going to be talking a lot because
I was going to say this is more you ranting, but that's fine. I'll listen and shake my head and agree and
fair enough.
Throw some stuff in here every now and then.
Anyway, for those who aren't familiar with this, they're going to say, the major mechanism of Dominion is deck building, whatever.
Right.
But a lot of people say, well, what's the mechanic? Well, the mechanic is deck building. Well, a lot of people get upset when you say mechanic because they're being very nitpicky. Technically, it is wrong. I don't care either way. I think it's a contextual thing.
Yeah.
If I'm talking to you, Matt, and I say mechanic, you can care less. Dude, all the time I say dice, and I'm talking about single die, and then I say die, and I'm talking about like 5 dice. I mess that up all the time.
Right.
I do. I always I'm like, roll that dice. You know what I mean? It's a die.
Right.
But whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's all that matters. It's English. We communicate. We're done. If we're writing some kind of thesis or something, maybe that's a little different. But anyway, mechanic is a person who repairs or maintains machinery. The plural to that is mechanics with an S. Mechanics, the same word, is singular, and it means the machinery or working parts of something. The plural of mechanics is mechanics. It's the same word. No plural,
Right.
Like deer. Last one is a mechanism. A natural or established process by which something takes place or is brought about. Plurals with an S. So the point behind this is, if you say the mechanics of something, it doesn't mean that I'm saying a bunch of people fixing things. I mean, like the mechanics, like the machinery or working parts of this.
Right.
So the thing is, if you're going to nitpick people, at least know the definitions of them, because people are saying you can't use mechanics. Well, mechanics works. Mechanics is a plural version of mechanic, but it's also the singular version of the working parts of something.
Right.
It works. It fits. Mechanic does not in any instance.
Right.
Either way, it's contextual. If you're talking about, hey, what's that board game mechanic? I'm not going to ask you for somebody who can repair board games.
Right.
That's just not what we're talking about. I feel like the English language is not that nitpicky, but at the same time,
well, there's always grammar police, so.
Yeah, that's the problem I have, is the grammar police were also wrong.
Mm-hmm.
That's when I get into language semantics and I start arguing with people online, or, not really arguing, but I'm like, look, here's the definitions. Stop it. If you want to grammar police people, at least be right about what you're talking about.
Right.
Otherwise, I don't really care. I'm not going to correct people. I'm not going to sit around and say, oh, you should be using the plural version of that or whatever. I'm just not going to do it. But if somebody tries to prove me, try to say, oh, it can't be this, and they were saying wrong things, sure, I'm going to hop on there and be like, keyboard warrior time. Right. Click. But anyway, that's probably it. I don't.
Good segment.
Yeah, ranting away. That's the end of my /rant.
Yes.